Now for me, this GPX750R was about a 500-hour, one winter restoration. I do have a spare bike, a spare motor, extra wheels, extra fairings, but this combination that I have already got on the bike right now is suiting me well. I've got the handlebars right at the right spot where I'm real comfortable with them, and the small 16-inch front wheel makes this bike real nimble. Arguably the best time of the year. The weatherman says there's no chance of rain today. It looks like he might be right. Temperatures should be in the mid-50s. It couldn't be better. It couldn't be nicer. The leaves are changing. The bikes are all ready to go. I gotta pick one, move bikes around, and get out on the open road. Now, as always, the day starts off moving motorcycles around and trying to take care of all the issues on the farm and the fish and the birds and whatever. But today we ran into something that I'm going to share on the next question and answer, number 19. By checking things and looking around and doing what I normally do, I found something that's very interesting. Again, I'm going to share it in detail on question and answer 19, and it has to do with checking the air in the tires every day. And this really saved our bacon today. Maybe it'll save your bacon. So if you check out that video, I hope that information is useful. Anyway, we are trying to take advantage of it. You can see the leaves are already in a driveway. They're in a garage. You walk in a house and they come in a house with you. But I try to keep the bike clean. Try to keep the tires inflated correctly and everything else up to snuff, because this time of year, the objective is to ride every single day and not miss days because you forgot something or this didn't get taken care of. And in the past, I have been a little sloppy about that, but right now I'm very meticulous about checking a bike every time I ride it. And so far, it's been a long time since we had any issues. And, well, I shouldn't brag. The day isn't over yet, but good to do the maintenance. Come on, boys. Is anybody hungry here? Come on. Hungry. You think they're never going to get enough to eat. Like me, I guess. Just got to water in Karen's garden and I'll be ready to get out on the open road here. This has really been a banner season for our zinnias. You can't imagine how many zinnias we have. And these, thank you to Nanda Navola. She got us started with this hobby. Oh man. And it has taken off, and we have flowers. I could open up a flower shop here. A nice thing to start the day off. Both Karen and I like to decorate for every season, and even Halloween. At least Halloween too. When it's all over, I get to eat all that extra candy, and I always buy way more than I need. And it looks like it's an all blue skies day. A few wispy clouds, mid-50s temperature, and in a few minutes we'll be out on the open road. And of course, what makes this time of year special to me is just how beautiful everything is with the leaves starting to change. Actually, everywhere we go, they're starting to change, and they change over a period of about a month. We should have a couple more weeks of beautiful weather. this is a bike that's a 1989, and it's made from parts from an 89 and a 91 both, but it's still an 89 on the registration, and believe me, it still runs basically like a new bike. Now, I've had 4 or 5 different mufflers on this bike, even when it was a track bike. Don't forget, this bike was a track bike for 4 or 5 years. And what happens, the sound of the Muzzy, it's quiet at idle, and when you get on it, it turns into a raspy, nice sound. One thing nice, the range on this is over 160 miles usually before it goes on reserve. And I so far haven't figured out how big the reserve is. I don't need to know as long as I don't run out of gas. But at least you get a decent amount of range. And I have 2 different seats for the bike. One's got a lot of the foam taken out because we used it as a track day seat so you could get a little lower. I put the stock seat back on, and every time I ride, toward the end of the ride, I start thinking, that was a good move. And for me, this is the best part of the ride. The back, no traffic. No issues to deal with. Never seen any law enforcement on this road, but this is where you can really have a lot of fun for not a lot of money. Now, when we did the restoration, John Pathia came up with this really nice logo with the R in red, and we tried several different ways to get that red to be the color we wanted. It's too long of a story for today, but I'll deal with that on a future video. And the Valentine is always there to protect us because this bike is a little louder than the rest of the bike. This is the loudest bike in my collection. And I really don't like announcing to people a quarter of a mile away that I'm there. If I'm on a wide open throttle, they probably know I'm coming. Features I like about the bike, it's got an air shock in the back, and that air shock is so easy to adjust incrementally and get the suspension tuned for exactly how you want it for your weight, and I never carry a passenger, so I set it once and forget it. Now, I've had several different brands of tires. I kind of like the Pirelli, the best, the Sport Demons, and they do seem to last between 6,000 and 7,000 miles. but I've heard other people, they don't last that long. But anytime you're talking to other people about tire wear and on how they ride and what what roads they ride on, I think these roads that I ride on are a little more gritty than if you just ride on a smooth modern road. And the front forks on this bike have that anti-dive feature, which I don't think really works as well as it should. But what I've done to get the suspension the way I like it is by varying the fork oil. And I've gone back and forth with 4 or 5 different fork oils to get it to where I'm very happy with it right now. Now, I tried a lot of different settings on the forks, lowering them more and less and more and less and back and forth and trading this off and trading that off. And in the end, I wound up with them lowered about an inch. It's just about an inch. And that seems to be the best compromise for this area that I ride. Because this is an old school bike, 16-inch front wheel, it's very nimble and quick turning, and you can use that to your advantage on these back roads, and it makes the ride really exciting. And I said it earlier in the video, that there's something magic inside that muffler. I don't know what it is. It has a beautiful sound as you're riding through town or past houses or whatever, where you don't want to make a lot of noise. But boy, open that throttle up and hold it open. It's a whole different sound. And because I have 2 of these bikes, I have a whole extra set of bodywork, and I'm always dreaming of some custom paint job that I want to put on it, and maybe over one of the winters to come, that'll be a wonderful project. The bike is very easy to take apart and put back together, and I do have all the body panels. A neat feature I like too is I have a set of green wheels that I can interchange with these when I change tires. I usually swap the wheels, so I have the green wheels for one set of tires and the black wheels for the other set. Kind of neat. always think the best investment you can ever make when you have a bike this old, any historic bike, is if you can get a parts bike, even when it's been in an accident, it usually pays big time. Now today, up by the lake region, this was even nicer than down by me. It was a little bit cooler, but what a beautiful day. The whole day, just beautiful weather. Now I polished the side covers on this engine. Look, you can see the leaves reflecting in them. And that is just another nice feature of the bike. The parts of the engine that you can see are not real, well, not totally ugly anyway. Now it's time to turn around and head home. Head past some of the more scenic lakes that we go. We actually passed them twice, once going up and once going back. This is just a wonderful area to ride. And this is a bike that I never get sick of riding. Sometimes I've had bikes earlier in my life that I just got bored with them. I don't know why. This bike never bores me. It's very quick handling. The brakes work good. It's comfortable. And it gets over 40 miles to a gallon, so it's the best of all worlds for me. And now it's time to get back home. You going to harvest, baby?
Yes.
Oh, we're at the end of the harvest season here.
I know, there should be just a few tomatoes left.
I'm going to miss picking up these tomatoes and zucchinis and everything every day. That's all we got out of the farm today?
Yeah, they're more just,
Holy mackerel.
They're more just turning red now.
Oh, but you got more coming, right?
Yep.
And more eggplants, I know. Okay, there you have it. The life of a farmer, a New Jersey farmer. So this is where all our little tomatoes grow until they ripen in the sun. Is that funny? Well, don't worry, I'll grow up and become a pizza pie. The life of a farmer again. Boy, what a day this played out to be. Not a cloud in the sky, just perfect. 50, 55 degree temperatures, just couldn't be any nicer than this. This is absolutely the nicest time of the year. Some beautiful scenery, some nice yellow leaves. Roads are still not salted up and messed up. It's a wonderful time to have a bike like this. And boy, was this bike ever worth the restoration time I put into it. And the whole thing is out on our channel. So I hope you did enjoy sharing this little part of our life. Now, as our little farm comes to kind of its end, but we're still getting stuff out of there. It's amazing. And another year, another summer of riding these bikes. And especially the old historic ones like this one, they always entertain me. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, and I don't know if I had more modern bikes and less old bikes. I don't think anything would change. I just like having some of everything. It's the eclectic collection that it is, and of course the MT-09. But every one of them in its own way is fun to ride. Every one of them keeps me busy, gives me exercise, and when I have the collection of one from every 10-year period, I don't know why, but it just makes me happy. And riding out in my riding area, boy, it couldn't be any nicer than today. So I hope you did enjoy the video, and thanks so much for watching.